welcome to Thoughts and Treasures. It's Connie. How is everybody doing tonight? Welcome into my craft room. Tonight I have a new, I guess we'll call it the beaded breadboard. I call them breadboards instead of cutting boards because, you know, cutting is probably not a good word to use. So this is just a little breadboard, and it does have this little beaded frame that goes with it. So this is really cute. I am going to personally use a rice paper printable, and I don't think I've had this in my live sale yet. So this is just our little baby Highland cow, little sunflower. So it's going to kind of look something similar to this. We're just going to frame it in there, and of course decorate it. But I am going to keep the frame pretty simple. I am going to antique wax it. However, first things first. Ooh, well, maybe up here it is. We gotta take this out. So if you guys are new, welcome in. I want you to be, if you have any questions, just more than welcome to put them in the comments. All that good stuff. But if you are new, welcome in. Let me know where you're watching from. Anything else you want to tell me about yourself is good to know. We love all new people here. But anyway, I say the weirdest things. Don't worry about that. If you guys are new to my kits, you will find that on the quarter inch only. I don't really do them on the 1/8 inch. I do a masking on these, so you will have to remove that. So you simply just, this is just a little weeding tool. If you want to use a, if you don't do the Cricut or anything like that, you can get one of the little pickers from, the weeding tool from Dollar Tree. I was going to see if I had one here, but I don't. They do sell them there. You can use a dental pick. You can use your fingernails. I mean, it doesn't matter. Just this comes off rather easily, and all it is just a little masking tape. I was going to say, could we get it off on one thing? Nope, it broke. And you'll see on the score mark here, the score mark is just on this for placement, and you will see that when I do it, there we go, broke again. Sometimes I like to play a game to see if I can get it off in one thing. So, and that just protects the wood. Do I have any on the back? Yes, I do. And you may find some on the back because I don't mask the entire back, but what happens is I have to wrap it around, so that part is, you know, part of it may have a masking to it. And this is a prime example. Now this is the back, you're never going to see it, but if you could paint it too, see how crisp that is, and see how, that's just from the flashback of the laser. So now on here, this is called a score mark. It is just for placement. Sometimes it is there for decoration, so you don't want to get paint in it. But when you pull the masking off, you're going to see that it pretty much cuts it where that is, so you'll have to remove all of where there's score marks. And this one, however, is not that bad, but some of the kits do have, you know, so plan accordingly, do have some masking involved, weeding part. Just to let you guys know, these videos that I do are pre-recorded. However, I do no editing on them, so what you see is what you get. I put them up in multiple places, so you could be watching them on Facebook, you could be watching them on YouTube. If you're not part of my YouTube channel, please go join. If you're not part of my Facebook, please go join. It all depends on where you're watching from, so thank you for being here. Alright, and then on the back of this, there's a tiny little bitty bitty up here. You just want to make sure. Now, if you go ahead and paint this and forget to take the masking off, it's not going to do anything but cause you to have to repaint it. That's all there is to it. Because you will notice that once you start painting, it's going to lift off. So, alright, so I'm going to decoupage this, but first thing I'm going to do, ooh, I was going to antique wax this, but I don't want to antique wax that. Huh. yeah, let's change our, because I was thinking about antique wax. I'm glad I didn't. I'm going to do a whole thing of white on this because I'm going to put this on first. Now I'm going to rethink something. I got to rethink here because I don't want to ruin this and I don't want to ruin that. So you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to where I want it, because I might have to cut him down and do it the way I wanted to do it. All right, plan B. Say, I do not, repeat, do not plan anything ahead. But I'm kind of glad I do think. That's the important thing, is to think about things. And I did do that. So I'm just going to use this as just a still water. I'm going to cut him down. Because what I'm going to do is I think we're going to distress this. I might do a black frame with some white on there. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, we're gonna do this change of plans. Sorry, antique wax. Maybe next time. I am going to cut this out, and I wasn't even gonna do that. I was just gonna sand, but then I was thinking, oh, I'm glad I do. All right, let's get this. So I'm just using a water and a paintbrush, and we're just going to put around it. And I just kind of, I go outward because you can always take more off as you go. You can't put back, but you can take off, okay? So that is my motto. You cannot put back on, but you can always take more off. I do the same thing with bows, twine, everything is always larger than what it needs to be. I can go back in and take things off, but you can't put it back on. And if you have a water pen, I don't like water pens because I think it puts too much water sometimes. So tell me, the crafter, do you guys change your mind midstream, or do you plan ahead and just say this is what I'm doing? Because if you do that, I need to know how. Seriously, I had a whole thing. I was going to do this antique wax, and now it's, I don't know. I think I might do, see, I'm still thinking here for a second. Well, Sydney came back down. She went upstairs for a little bit with her daddy, and now she came back down. I did put a cute little reel of her up today. It was one of those little, I don't know what you want to call it, AI things. They take a still picture and then they overlay it with a, her little bad to the bone kind of thing. Gangsta. She was a gangsta dog. It was really cute though. She's lucky to put up with me. Alright, so now I got this. Now I'm going to go back in now and get a little bit closer. Get a little closer. Look, I can't even get the pen. And then we'll just pull some off. Still be gentle. Don't be rough about this because you can still rip your paper. I like the torn. If you prefer the straight edge look, you know, just use your scissors and tear it apart. I personally just like this torn look. And then I like distressing it with a little bit of stress oxide. Couldn't think of it. So yet, you know, you're not trying to hide the cut marks, you're actually enhancing them, which really makes it really good. Make sure my and I do no prep work anytime. You guys, this video's real time. You know, the best part about pre-record videos is you can fast forward through this. So if you don't want to sit here and watch me get this to where I need it to be my guest, fast forward. Let me know how your day was today. Let me know all the good stuff. Tell me, do you like to decoupage with the rice paper? I'm putting this all in a pile here. Let me get a look. I have no fingernails to pick this up with. I should just leave it in the... Hey, let's do that. Let's leave it in the water. And again, be careful. Don't be... And handling the poor little cow, because one little oopsie. When you do this, if you're not really sure, put your water out further. Don't go right up next to it, because, like I said, you can always move in, because that water bead can go the wrong direction, and then you're like, oopsie. See, now I did it again. Put it in there. And I'm just going to pull some of this off. Alright, I think we're going to stick with that. I'm going to let that dry. And it doesn't take long for it to dry. Maybe I pull more off. I didn't like how pointy it was right there. Alright. Put that over here to dry. Let me get rid of these little papers. Alright, we're going to start with a white coat on this. I think I might just keep it white. I don't know yet. I got to do it white anyway to start with, so let's do that. Let's start with the white. Alright. So I'm just going to do the whole thing white. And the score marks are not for anything but placement, so I'm not worried about getting paint in them. I'm not worried, any concern about, you're going to see them no matter what, but they might be a little more faint. We're just going to get a nice coating on here. We'll see how it looks. I might do some black around it. I might just do the inside white. Oh gosh, I'm in a dilemma now. We'll figure it out. We're starting with a white base. Maybe I'll leave the back white and do the rest of it black. If I get quiet, that's because I'm thinking. Maybe I'll leave it white, just add the black to it. Guys, there's never a right or a wrong to this anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's just in my head. See, when I do plan something in my head, I was like, oh, we're going to do this. Well, how can I do an antique? I thought I'm going to have to... No. No. All right, let me put that away. All right, let me get this dry because we're going to put another coat of white on here. Now remember, these are laser kits, so they are cut with a frame. So you're going to see a lot of black coming off. If you want to, clean your boards first, you can just take a baby wipe to them. It gets most of it off, but doesn't get it all off. So just be careful when you're working with your images, or putting paint. Like I'm going to put white paint on the back of this. Be careful because there's still a lot of black soot on my desk. I probably will wipe that down before I... Actually, let's do this first, because then I can go back. Let's get the back done, and I can go to the front. I may paint the back black. You know what? I think we might do that. As I'm sitting here painting it white, we might end up just painting the back black. Let's get this chart dry. Let's get this part dry. And then I'm going to go back to the front. I'm probably just going to do the back black and finish with it. So I might end up doing the front black too. So let's just do that. Okay, my board will have 15 colors on it, and it doesn't matter. It'll be all pretty. It'll be all pretty. Put that there a second. Let's get some more black. Ooh! Don't you squirt. And you wonder why all of my clothes have splatter marks all over them. Oh, I'm very quiet tonight. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just in my head thinking as we do this. I don't need to be quiet. Let me know what y'all think. What color would you paint this? If this was your craft, what would you do? Because see, I have in my head, I was going to do antique wax and do a little buffalo check bow, which I'm still going to use a buffalo check. I'm just trying to think what's going to look best with it. All right, let's get this dried. And we're going to go back to the front. I might end up putting all black around it, and then I think that's what I'm going to do. And then the white frame, and then maybe just, you know, dungy it up a little bit. I think that's where I'm going to head. That's where my brain was thinking. I think that looks good. All right, now let's go back to the front, because I am going to put another coat on this. So what I might do is, after I get this Mod Podge, or probably pretty much what I'm going to do, is all around the edge part, I'm going to do black. I'm going to do this part white, but I'm going to make it like a little bit dirty. And with the black part, I might do a little bit of white on it. So it looks a little distressed. I'm not going to chippy it or anything like that. But for right now, I am going to go in here and get all of this, because I do want to keep this nice and white. This is all that's going to be inside of the scallop part. I am doing this on a whim, because I'm not, like I said, my plan was destroyed when I thought about it for a second. Now, I mean, I could still do the antique wax, but, yeah. The more I thought about it, and you know, with the way, and it doesn't have to be perfect in here either, because I'm going to distress this a little bit inside. Like I said, with the antique wax, that way you don't see. The exact cut lines. It's going to be distressed, so it's going to look like, I'm actually going to pull the distress, those cut lines out more so you see them, instead of trying to hide them. You know. But we're going to get this put on here first. Oh my goodness, little girl down here. She had a long day today. Whew. Keep on that one. I do make it a point to use your sanding brush, your sanding sponge, or something. Sandpaper works too. When you do something like this, sand it down. I didn't say sand it off, I said sand it down. Just lightly smooth it out. When you paint, you get all kinds of fibers from your board, and it's all kind of rough feeling. So that when you Mod Podge onto something, it kind of, you know, isn't so smooth. So always use your smooth side. And like I said, just go over it. We're not scraping anything off. We're just smoothing it out. And this is available as a kit, guys. Keep that in mind. If anybody's interested, you can just comment breadboard. Do hashtag breadboard so I know exactly what you're talking about. And I can give you the information on how much this costs. This let me measure it for you. I have not even thought about how big this is. It's about 10 and 3/4 long, and let's see how wide. 6.5 wide. So 10 and 3/4 by 6.5. All right. First, I'm going to Mod Podge this on. I'm going to try to keep my Mod Podge in this area. And we're going to try. Could paint first. Let's do that. I'm going to paint this black first. Now, decisions. I think I'm going to go around this and paint. So I just want to check something real quick to get my so if I go around, yeah, let's do that. Let's paint this black first. Let's switch this out. Oh, paint all over that. I'm just going to go around here. I'm just keeping it up to where the scalloped lines are, because I know the scallop's going to hide that. So right where the little marks are is where I'm going to. And if I mess up, then we will I don't know, put something there. No, we should be good. I'm just going down to where the little marks are, the what do you call it? The dips. Crafting is all about creativity, so you know, when things change, you just go with the flow. I want to put this on before I put the Mod Podge on, because I kind of want to distress this up, and that way when I put the Mod Podge on, it kind of be a sealer. Instead of putting that on, then oopsie, I got it then you know, I mean, you can paint over Mod Podge, it's not that you can't, but I was kind of trying to hope that I was going to use that as a sealer. Let's get this dry first. And see if we did okay with the scallop. And then when I distress it, I don't have to worry about getting it in the middle. It's going to be fine. And there's hardly any edge here, so you're not going to see a whole lot of it. I'm going to use the biggest brush you can possibly use because it's the only brush I have. Now let's check this first. Oh yeah, perfect. Yep, you see nothing. You see nothing. And I'm just going to go. Kind of giving it that kind of look. I'm trying to think if I want to do, I think see, the more I do this, I kind of like the way it looks. I think I might do that to the, I like how that looks. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me dry this first. And we could fix up the edges, which I will. Now I'm trying to think if I just want to do that black, or if I kind of want to do the same concept, or you know what, before we do that, let me get on, see, from here we can put the Mod Podge on. Now I can use this whole thing, I'm going to do the whole front as a sealer. We're going to get our Mod Podge on, and I'm going to Mod Podge everything. Making sure I get all of this in here first, but we're going to do the whole entire breadboard. Push this stuff along. Absolutely nothing there. Clumpy clump. Yeah. Get the handle. Put a dab there. You don't need a dab. I'm just looking to see if I got all the spots. Let me just do a tiny bit more right here. Sometimes it dries, but it just looks weird that like one spot is completely empty. So did it dry or is it not dry? I think that's good. And I'm just going to wipe this off real quick. This is just a little silicone scraper thing. Put that away. Now get this completely dry. Maybe I'll do the bead white. Maybe I'm just going to do them dark first. Ooh, talk to yourself. I'll spend 3 hours just trying to convince myself to do one thing. So I do use the iron method whenever well, most of the times when I decoupage. So with that being said, I do have to get some parchment paper. That's why I dried the Mod Podge. Just because it's easier that way. I'm gonna get my little Highland cow over here, and I've got 2 factors going on here. So I want to make sure that he's centered or in a good position, but I also have to make sure I put this on so that I can center him that way too. And does it have to be perfect? Absolutely not. I know, maybe I'm thinking a nice little white border around him. I'm almost thinking I like it the natural wood. I kind of like it the natural wood. I don't know, something's in there saying leave it the natural wood. The brain is thinking, stop it. I know, we can make the bow and see what we think. And by we, I mean me. But I think I like it like that. I don't know, something's saying, hey, leave it like that. Alright, so I got him placed. Now I'm just going to put my little parchment paper down. I have my little arm all heated up, and we're just going to iron him down. I did turn the heat down on this the other day because I think I had it on full blast. Now, just because I put Mod Podge over everything, you want to be careful. Don't, because it might pull some up. Ooh, you know what I could do? Oh, do I want to do that? Do I want to do that? Oh my gosh, here's the thought in my head. What if I antique wax the front? I'm thinking I might like that. So we're pretty much down. Alright, so now I am gonna get this out, but this is vintage photo. So what I'm gonna do is get my little how are y'all? That was a little crazy. And I'm just going to use, I have no clue what this is, but we're just going to go around where the edges are and kind of brush them out. So see how it just stands out a little bit like that? We're going to define, really, really make this noticeable that it's torn. And then I'm going to go in I really want to define the torn look first. I'm just going around, and I like these little ones because I don't know, I don't ink or anything like that, but these are really good just for doing this. So then I'm going to go back in over this white part and distress this a little bit. Some of this is going to be hidden because of the beads, but see, oh, can you see? It looks darker in person. It really, honestly, it does. But I don't want to go too dark, but I think that's good. And I'll just go ahead and wipe this off. Just take my baby wipe and clean. The only thing I use this for is these inks. Put that back in there. Let me put my lid back on. Guys, I'm really thinking I might antique wax the front. Well, we could try the back first. Or I could recut another one, but I'm thinking maybe the antique, antique wax, you told me wrong. You might be coming back into town. I'm going to do the back first and see if I like it. And this is always a good way to try something, because if it doesn't look right, now again, I could use the back, but the back has got a lot more lookies. So I will, if I do like this, I will go and antique wax the front. Alright, let me try this. I'm not going to put that away yet because I might need it. These are beads. They're wooden beads, so they should be different. I don't want it to blend in. I want it to stand out. I'm really thinking. I think we're gonna go this route. Oh yeah, I think I like that. Yep, we're gonna do that. Let's just do it. And I don't necessarily need them to be extremely dark. So again, you can always go back and put more on and make it darker, but you can't take off, so once it's dry. I think I like that. And I think that is going to really tie in with the bow. I think I don't want to go too dark, so I think I'm going to leave it with that. Come on. Before I spill something. Let me give this a good dry. I'm going to these little guys from the Dollar Tree are also really good to have around. Oh yeah. I really like that. I think that looks kind of, I really am happy with that. Let me know what you think. Do you think, no, that's not your cup of tea? Do you think it really, whew, that really is not matching at all? I don't know, it just, for some reason, it just kind of, and again, I think it's going to, because we're going to use this ribbon. See how it's got the burlap in? I think that's just going to match nicely. Might be too big, but we're not going to make a huge bow. I don't make big bows. I don't like big bows, and I cannot lie. Come in. All right, I'm going to put you move. That's not a problem. Don't worry about the glue seeping out because that will dry clear. Ah, don't you fall. I'm just going to put these on the corners while I'm making the bow. Let that dry nicely. So I don't have to hold it. Let's get a few. Let's just put all kinds of them on here. I don't know, just this. I'm kind of happy with this. I like it. Put one here. Let's put one over here. Let's put one down here. I'm just going to let this dry while we make the bow. Like I said, I'm not making a huge bow. It's just going to be a little bow up here to put a little sunflower on. Let me put this over here. Put that back over here. And I do have one little matching sunflower. I am going to use some raffia on this one. Get this glue off before it gets on something. Alright. I talked the other day about the best thing to use for keeping your ribbons together. This one had a pin in it. That's how it came. I have not used this one yet. That's another option. You can just put a stick pin right in there. But if you're like way down and there's not too much left, I said those slat bands are awesome to use. I use them on my vinyl. I'm gonna cut this off. This is all icky. This might have came from Temu. I'm not sure. I've had it for a while. I do like the whole, because it's got the layered look to it already. Now, I'm going to cut it about so big. I'm not measuring. I'm just thinking in my head. But with this being so little, I'll just do 2. Yeah, let's just do one little tiny little bow. Nothing humongous. I am still going to, and again, I'll probably have to cut this down. But I like to start this way because then I know what I'm working with. I know people are probably going, that's just an extra step. Why are you doing? You do you, boo. You do you, boo. I have a sweatshirt that says that. And if you guys are not part of my Tumblr group, I do have shirt decals that I do. It is in the Tumblr group. My group is Tumblers to Treasures. It is not only tumblers anymore. I do DTF transfers. We do decals. We do shirts. Metal signs. Car coasters. I'm trying to think what else I do. But you can join that group. I do share all of the DTFs, and if you guys have anything that is personal that you want, you're more than welcome to message me because I can definitely help design something. I have done people's logos before. Actually, some of them actually created from the start. But I'm talking about like their logos on the DTFs, personalized. You know, I've done some for local people, plus some of my crafty friends. So it's all, you know, free range. And since this is so little, I'm just doing it like it's just a small bow. Not even a, and if you guys, like I said in the beginning, if you are, because this video is in multiple places, if you are not following me on Facebook, please do so. If you're not following me on YouTube, please subscribe. And again, you can use a bow dabber to do this. I'm just so used to doing it this way. I have one. See, just make a cute little bow. And I'm going to cut that raffia down. Don't you worry. It just helps. It doesn't hurt you to just subscribe or to follow at all. So please just help out. Help me out. I do have, well, I know wherever you're seeing this, I do have a smaller following on YouTube at the moment. So we are trying to grow over there. That's why I'm asking if anybody is. I'm trying to get monetized over there. I don't do lives over there yet. As of, what's today? March 17th, because this video will be out there forever. March 7th, no, not March. It is not March, it is April 17th, 2025. Oh Lord, I can just make up days. And I just double knot that. And the reason I pick up my mat is because this is silicone and you can't slide things on it very easily. So this desk is more slippery. Don't be judging all the mess over here. It seems like fiber's find its way underneath of it. And this is a nice large mat. I do have this in my Amazon storefront. If you guys are not familiar with that, you can check out my website, thoughts2treasures.com. There's a link tree over there that has my Amazon storefront link over there. Remember, if you don't like what's in my storefront, you can still click my storefront and purchase, you know, anything outside of it. So you just click the link. The link is what tells Amazon, hey, I sent you there. What you buy after that is free. I mean, it's free game. So keep that in mind. I always say stars have to be bought, or you know, all these little gifty things have to be bought. With Amazon, you're buying it anyway. this is so cute. So there's just our little bow. Now, before I take these clips off, oh, that's perfect. I'm loving it. All right, we're off. Now I got a little tickle in my throat. All right, this is perfect. Exactly what I was looking for with this. I like it because you got that layered look going. Let me throw it at you. You got that little layered look going on without it being so bulky and layered. Perfect. And we're going to stick it right there. And if anybody's new to me, just to let you know, I love anything farmhousey. I love, and I used to make signs all the time. And you probably will see a lot more sign making from me again. I love to make signs like this, you know, things that you can hang on your wall. But I do a lot with the Glowforge. I do a lot with the Cricut. Even to this day, I do use my Cricut. When I first started, that was what I basically used because I didn't have the Glowforge. Let this dry really, really, really good. And again, I showed this the other day too, and I like to show it all the time. See how that's a little wonky? Don't fret. Don't put that little baby to the side. Just simply get your heat tool out. And look, it's just brand new. No one puts baby in the corner. Clip that off, and we're going to stick that right. Let's stick it up there. We're going to stick it right there. Hold. This is a Ryobi. This little bad boy gets hot, and it seems like it takes forever for it to get cold. Alright, so now again, this is just going to be, you can hang it right here with a little nail, or it can be leaned up against something. But there we go. What do you guys think? So cute. I actually love the frame like that. I think it's adorable. Happy accidents are always... So anyway, guys, this is what I have for you tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me. I appreciate y'all. Again, remember, if you're not following on Facebook, please follow. If you're not following on YouTube, please subscribe. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram, Thoughts of Treasures. So until then, hope this inspired you. Till then, remember, till next time, not until then, till next time, remember, thoughts become things, things become treasures. Y'all are amazing. Thank you for being here and hanging with me, and I will see you next time in my craft room. Bye, guys.